We're here on Billy Jam, Do Not Give a Damn, at Dangerous Music, California, and this is the home of real hip-hop. Too Short.
What's up, Bill?
Congratulations, album number 8, and I don't care what they say back east, those stupid they don't know what's really happening. Shorty the Pimp, the Mac Daddy, the original, you're doing it all. So how is it that you can just keep coming out and people like it, and yet you don't have to change your style? What is the secret?
Well, I think that's what it is, that the style doesn't change. So what happens is, what I evolved as a rapper, where I came from was what Oakland led me to be, and so I know what it is. It's not something that I sat in my room one day and created. It's something that I got pieces from here and there, feedback from people who said I like this, I like that, and I made this character Too Short. Now, I'm as a writer and an artist, I just stick to the format, Too Short,
Right. So really it's Be Real, because the new one, I'm a Player, it's the story all over. We've heard it before, but I mean it's still fat. And the whole album, and this is what we're going to talk about now. Get In Where You Fit In. The album is coming out on Tuesdays. It's in the stores. I've heard it, and it is incredible. It really is. And one of the songs I like a lot is Money in the Ghetto. You want to talk a bit about sort of the idea behind that one?
Well, a lot of people make songs, and songs about ghetto life, and ghetto sometimes is not in the title of the song, but it's a song about ghetto life. And my probably biggest single was the song The Ghetto, and on that song I tried to say things that were going on in inner cities without being negative, without putting down the person who has to live through these things, and I'm just giving you these real scenarios. And in Money in the Ghetto it's just me touching on another positive aspect of inner city life, and that's that even though you might think it's the worst place to be or it's the worst type of life to live, there are a lot of people who would prefer to live in the ghetto because that's how they live and breathe, and there is a lot of money in the ghetto. If you really just wanted to get down there and do whatever, whether it was a bad thing or a good thing, illegal or legal, it's a lot of money in the ghetto. That's the truth. I go everywhere, and I know this.
Yeah. It's like a whole alternative economy. But you do go everywhere. But the thing is, you've always stayed in Oakland, and I think also that's part of like the key to your success too. Do you want to sort of go back in time and talk about the early days when you started out? I mean, I know a lot of people say, "Oh, you'll never make it," when you were in your room with Freddie B and doing stuff.
Well, we used to hear a lot of, you guys are good, but you can't mess with Spoonie G, and it was always somebody to be compared to. Run DMC was the best thing that ever happened to rap. It was oh, you never touch run is it, you know what I mean? And somewhere deep inside of me, I always had that dream, like even when I was 16, I was like, well, maybe one day my record will come out and I can drive a Benz to school next year when I'm in the 12th grade. I always had that dream, and I always knew that I could be on that level. I knew this. I said I could be on this level, but what we were doing in those days were we were DJing parties, we were selling tapes, and we really didn't think much of, I'm going to get this record out. We just really said, let's go make some money today. And, having that attitude and not really just shooting for a record led for a real longevity type of thing where rap became, it was really a hobby. It was not like a job, and I was never failing at what I was doing. I was always going out to make my money. If I went out to get $40, I was successful. It was not that I was trying to get a demo out or a record. So we just kept doing something that was really a hustle. That's what it was. It was our teenage hustle, and it just became a career, so.
Also, too, I mean, not only did you have to prove yourself as an individual, but also as a West Coast rapper, because back in those days, it was like, oh, you had to be from New York, and you put that old stereotype too.
Well, yeah, I kind of like, I really know for a fact that I was like the first hardcore rapper to come up out of the Bay Area, out of up north, and not too far behind like Ice-T, who probably emerged as the first hardcore LA rapper. And I came about like exactly the same time as that whole Boys in the Hood NWA thing. And just this whole, when the West Coast turned platinum, I was there. So a lot of people don't know, or a lot of people do know that, I mean, you get to the East Coast and it's like virtually, for a long time, not now, it was like virtually no respect going on. You know what I mean? You get no respect, like, yeah, you guys sell records, but you're just doing it because you curse and you really can't rap, and you from the West Coast, it's all whack. And pretty much now, with the East Coast rappers now going hardcore, you know what I mean? In their lyrics, it's almost like there's a certain respect thing going on now where we all understand that this is what we do, this is what you do, let it be, you know what I mean? So there isn't much conflict anymore. It's just you might get, because even me and a lot of people I know don't have a taste for a lot of hip-hop. I mean, it's just really not, it's really of a cheap quality type of recording, you know. I mean, the lyrics are great, and I'm in the lyrics also, but I like to ride in my car, and I spend like $5,500 on my stereo, and I want a good quality CD or tape when I play my stereo. So, you know, a lot of East Coast people say, oh, that West Coast stuff is just it's fake. You can't dance off of it. The lyrics are whacking. You just got to get in where you fit in. That's what that's all.
Right. Also, too, isn't it true that you always test it out whenever you do something in the studio? That you go in the car and test it out, make sure that sounds good in the car.
Make sure that it's not too much bass. Make sure that there is enough bass. Make sure that the vocals are loud enough over all that bass. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things that you have to do when you're especially designing music to ride in the booming systems. You know. That's the beat right there.
That's actually what we're listening now in Dangerous Music. That's like that's Father Dom's forthcoming one. He was in on the show a few weeks ago, and he's also featured on the album.
Yeah, I did a song with Father Dom called Way Too Real. He wrote all the lyrics on that song, and he also performed on it, and his album will be out with Dangerous probably the 1st of '94, and it's like, it's on here, because he came in and laid all the tracks, and, you know, I had Pee-wee from, you know, the Digital Underground fame, Gold Money. Yeah, I had Pee-wee just lay some mellow tracks under there to give it that flavor, and it's fat. It's fat.
Because everybody slept on his first album when they came out on Ichiban a couple of years ago, and it's too bad. You know what I like on the new album too is Bad Influence.
Oh yeah, it's one of those guys keep walking by here right now, but
they don't get in where you fit in, like the second part of that song.
Rapping Ryan and Dilly Dog, they came about as you know, the buzz was just out that there's these two guys who, you know, nobody can mess with them, and not only do they have all this catalog of songs and rhymes, but they also just have like the talent to just sit there and just come with a freestyle. And I don't mean like a freestyle where you rhyme words, but I mean they will freestyle a song, and it would be about things, and the rhymes would flow. And I couldn't let them come and go. They gotta go down. They gotta go down in history as something raw. His Sonny, Goldie, his stuff is all complete. He's got like about maybe 12, 13, 14 songs on that, and all the stuff that we have together, we're gonna put it out at the beginning of '94. The Dangerous Crew, Will E. Murray.
Compilation is coming out then, because it was supposed to be out like around this time, wasn't it?
Well, I kind of like, personally, everything was coming along so great that I kind of like said, let's get on with everybody's project and let's skip this compilation thing. And we took we were going to do an album called The Dangerous Crew. We took all those songs and separated and put it on this album and that album and that album. And we're still going to do a Dangerous Crew project. We sit in the studio every day like it's a job. We sit in the studio and all we do is make music. Even if no one's rapping on it, we still make music every day. And we've got like just songs everywhere. We got too many songs to even use.
Really? So you all come down here every day. Amp Banks is here right now. So that's it. You come here and you spend how many hours in a day?
Anywhere from probably about an average of no less than 8, no more than 12 hours a day, you know.
And then that's it, done. Now, I want to ask you a question. This is when we hooked up before. Last time it was over at Calax, and I remember a lot of people were calling in asking you questions, and the most common question was either too short, hook me up, or too short, how do I get started? I'm a rapper. I mean, what is the advice you give to someone in Oakland today who's coming up and they think that they got talent?
Well, you can never expect in life for anybody to give you anything. That's the worst thing you could ever do, is sit around and wait for somebody to give you something. And a lot of people do that. I did it. We all do it. And I mean, it's a hard truth. It's a terrible reality. But you really have to get your ass up and do it yourself. You have to, no matter what you have to do, to get a minimum amount of funds to press up a tape or get some recording time. You got a lot of time. You got nothing but time. If that's what you want to do, you'll do it. And the people who really get paid from this business are the people who firsthand get involved in every aspect of their career. If you're a recording artist, you need to write songs. You need to get in on the production. You need to get in on the business side, know what's happening with your career, who's handling your affairs and things. So, I mean, it's really a long process. It's almost equivalent to going to college and getting a bachelor's degree and a master's degree, because it takes you years to actually learn this business and actually survive in it and make money. So, I mean, a lot of people have this thing about, I got these rhymes, hook me up. Yeah. And it's like, from the minute you said that, you probably got about anywhere from 2, maybe 5, 6, 7 years before you actually see some money. And they don't know that. So I don't pepper anybody that comes to me and tell them, oh, I'll make you a star. I give them the cold truth, which is why we have a small crew right now of people who I know their talent will pay them. Not me, not the image that I give them or the image that they portray, or their talent is gonna get them paid. That's what we have around here.
Also, too, I remember before you were saying one time, like someone said, just make up copies of your tape and give it away if you believe in yourself, right?
And I said, if you're an up-and-coming artist right now, what's the best song that you did? It wouldn't hurt. You might get ripped off down the block down here anyway, just to pass out a couple of demos. Who's to say somebody's gonna steal your song? It might happen, it might not, but you still could gain a lot of fame by going somewhere. You're not KMEL and some of the radio stations around the country do things like help local artists, but it's radio is like not the only way to hear music. There's such an underground thing, and rap fans are not really radio listeners.
You were making music for years before the radio even touched you, and even still, what songs have they played?
What we do now is totally radio free conscious. We don't even think about radio. We don't. If they give it to us, we love it. But it's almost like you gotta think. Let me hit the streets, and it's hard, man. It's hard. There's no easy way to do it. There is no easy way, unless your uncle is the president or some.
And even then, they'll see the truth in no time.
Uncle Russell Simmons or something,
Well, listen, Too Short, I got something special here for you. This is, HipHopSlam. We try to be truly underground. We try to be real hip-hop, so none of that wiki-wacky MC bullshit, you know what I mean? So what we do is we only focus on real people, and we start up a thing that we call the HipHopSlam Hall of Fame, and we've given an award to KRS-One because we figure he's all there, he's cool, and we want to give one to you right now, to Too Short, for being true to hip-hop as an art form, not some weak-ass commercial crap, but this is, so congratulations. Too Short, true dedication, hip-hop as an art form. I want to thank you very much. You want to do a quick shout-out to Oakland, California?
Oh, yeah, to all my people out there in Oakland. If it wasn't for you, there would be no me. So, at least I know. If you don't know, now you do. It's going down. Short Dog. I got about maybe 3 or 4 albums left in me, maybe. And I guarantee you, to the end, it'll be the same as it was from the beginning. Guaranteed. Serious.
Okay, from Dangerous Music, I'm Billy Jam. Do not give a damn with Too Short, and go to the stores Tuesday, and get in where you fit in. It's a fat album. We're out.